This is the last thing we have done in our code. So we have employee ID, name, email, and green card holder, and modify. And this is our view.jsp. So in the view, I'm going to add one more column to create the delete link. So let's call this as remove, and for each row I want to create a remove link. So let's test this one. Let's run the controller and see. So we see the remove is added, and for each row the text delete is added. Now we need to make it as a link, same like what we did in the update. So to create the link, we will use the same core URL to create the link. So I'll copy and paste it, and this time I'm going to name this as delete link, and we want the employee ID, and the command is not load, the command is delete. So we have created the link, and we can put the link in our reference, and this will be not update link, this is going to be a delete link. And let's try to execute this again and see. Yes. Oh, I forgot to change the name. Let's go back and change the text. So it's not update, it is delete. Let's save this and refresh the page. So it has been changed to delete. Now user click, it opens the, so you can see it sends the employee ID and the command is delete. But now I don't want to call this immediately. I want to make sure that user really want to delete this or not. I want to make a confirmation message before we'll call this. So to do this one, we can use a JavaScript to do. So let's add a JavaScript. I'm going to create a function. Let's call this function as a check delete. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to return the confirmation message. So in JavaScript we have something called confirm method. So the syntax is confirm, press a button. So this will return either true or false. So if they press OK, this will be true. If they press the cancel, then it will be returning the false. So here is a sample from the W3 school. So when I click this button, so on the click of the button, it's called the function where we read the return whether it's OK or cancel. So if R is true, then it is OK, otherwise it is false. So let's try it. So we have this confirmation. So when I press OK, you see the message is press OK. If I press cancel, the message is press cancel. So we are going to use this to do the confirmation. So return confirm. So we are going to use this method confirm, and we'll just put the text, whatever text we want to use the make the user. So instead of press button, I'm going to give the message, are you sure to delete this employee? So this will return true or false. So we need to call this in the delete link. So to call this in the reference, we use the on click equals, so it's going to return the whatever message written from the check delete. So I call the method check delete here. So if it is returned true, then this will call the submit this form. If it is not true, then it will do nothing. So let's try to run this one, see. So when I press any button, it asks whether you want to delete this or not. So when user press cancel, you see the URL does not change. But when I say OK, when it is true, it's passing this to the controller with the command delete. So this is what we want. So we have done the changes in the view. We have added a URL and we added one more column, remove, and for each column we link it with the hyperlink, and on click when they press, I'm going to confirm whether the user want to delete this employee or not. So the next one will update the employee controller. So when the user want to delete, we already have the add, list, load and update. I will write the next case, which is delete. If the command is delete, I'm going to call a method delete emp with the request and response break. So we have the error. We need to implement this method delete employee. Will create the method. So this create the methods. So it's going to throws the exception. So first thing, we'll read the ID which return from the so the name of the ID is in the view, we set in the URL is employee ID. So we are copying this employee ID here. So it read the employee ID and we need to convert this into integer. So we'll convert this into integer because the parameter is string. So we read the ID and then we use our employee DAO to delete this employee. I'm going to pass this ID, and once it is finished, we can call the list employee. So just 3 lines here. We read the ID and use the employee DEO to delete this, and list after we delete the employee. So we need to add this method. Let's create this method, and this method delete employee, I'm going to pass the ID, is going to delete this. This is going to be similar with our update employee. So I can copy the whole code from the update employee. And what we are going to do is we are going to create a connection, and it's not update command. This is going to be delete from emp, and I want to say where ID equal to question mark. So it prepares the statement, and I don't want all these things. Remove. So we have only one parameter here. So the parameter is the ID that we pass as an argument. This ID here. We execute the command, close the connection, and return back. That's all. So it gets the ID and create the connection. This is the command SQL statement delete from employee where ID equal to question mark. And we set the ID, execute the statement, close. So we have done with this thing. Now let's test our code. Let's run the code. So I want to delete the number 15 Sami. So let me press delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, okay, it has gone. So we have successfully done the add employee, update employee, and delete employee and list employees.